Good morning, Kipsters. Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 1. Our module is called Artists Make Art, and we'll be exploring all the different ways in which artists are inspired throughout this module. Today is Monday, April 27th of 2020. Welcome to our lesson. I'm so excited to get started. Please read the goals for us, Jordan. If I focus my attention and show resilience when things get hard, by the end of this lesson, I will be able to identify the story elements of Emma's Rug. Ding, 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 you got it. Yes, we have a new story today called Emma's Rug, and I'm so excited for you to hear it. On this slide, and unfortunately, those beautiful dancers are being covered up, but I just want to show you, I'll try to fix that later. I just want to show you that even though our module is called Artists Make Art, and a lot of kids think of art as just art like this, in this module, we're actually talking about all the different forms of art. And art encompasses the visual arts like this, but also dance, music, and even poetry. So as we move on in this module, you're going to find out what artists made these beautiful works of visual art. You're also going to learn about a famous choreographer, and you're also going to learn about a famous singer, and you're also going to learn about a famous poet. So I'm so excited. Please read the essential question for us. Carlo, what is an artist? Ding, 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 you got it. That is the essential question we will be exploring together through the end of the school year. Isabella, please read the focusing question for us. What inspires artists? That's a great question, little honey. What inspires artists? You guys, what does the word inspires mean in this focusing question? Think, think, think. Oh, Desiree's thinking. Casey's thinking. Exactly, Danica. The word inspires means to move people to have ideas or take action. So what inspires artists, aka what makes artists take action, or what gives artists ideas? What inspires artists? Thank you. And read the content framing question for us, please, Leslie. Organize. What is happening in Emma's Rug? Yeah, thank you. Today, you will not only listen to Emma's Rug, but you will put the story elements into a graphic organizer. And I can't wait to do that with you. Okay, moving on. My first question for you is, could you read it for us, please, Jaime? What do you already know about the work artists do? Oh, what a cute little emoji. Exactly. What do you already know about the work artists do? Raise your hand, Kipsters, if you remember studying the following works of art this year. The Boating Party by Mary Cassatt, Under the Wave off Kanagawa by Katsushika Hokusai, The Gulf Stream by Winslow Homer, Space Object Box, Little Bear, Etc. Motif by Joseph Cornell, Starfield by Viha Selmans. Raise your hand if you remember any of those. I see you, Amori. I see you, Maximo. I see you, Christian, raising your hands. You guys remember that. We've been studying art all year. So keeping that in mind, what do you already know about the work artists do? Vega's thinking, David's thinking, Leslie's thinking, Elia's thinking. Yes, Leilani just said, well, I know that artists use color and line to create focal points in a painting. Ding, 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 you got it. Andy just said, artists also sometimes create images of great beauty and power. Wow, nice words, Andy. Tyvante just said, images created by artists can present situations that cause viewers to wonder about events. Artwork can actually tell a story. Raise your hand if you remember that. Yes, Jasmine. Let's see. Kaysen. Yes, Kaysen just said, artists use balance, color, and frame to achieve a desired effect. You are correct. And I just heard Christian say that artists can make something new that does not look like other kinds of art. Ding, 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 you got it. And there were some other ideas out there that we don't have time to hear yet, but just keep those ideas in your head because they are so valuable. You guys already know a lot about the work artists do. Now, your favorite thing, you guys get to fill out a notice and wonder chart about Emma's rug. So please, when I say go, pause the video and make sure you have a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. Make this beautiful chart. You guys know how to do the T-chart, notice and wonder. And just stare long and hard at the cover of Emma's rug, looking at all the details you can, looking at the title, and jot down all the things you notice and all the questions you have. Ready? Go. Pause the video. All right, welcome back, hipsters. Now that you are back, it means you have a notice and wonder chart filled out about our new text, Emma's rug. Quick question for you. How does the illustration on the cover of Emma's rug contribute to your understanding of the title? Think. How does the illustration or the picture contribute to your understanding of the title, Emma's rug? How does it help you understand the title, Emma's rug? Kevin is thinking. Maritza is thinking. Yes, Jayla. Jayla just said the illustration shows a little girl standing near a picture that won a prize. So Jayla's thinking this little girl's probably Emma in the title and that she probably is an artistic little girl who likes to draw things. Everyone say, way to go, Jayla. Good job, Jayla. Wow. All right, don't lose those notice wonder charts. You know that while we're reading this text and throughout the module, you'll be wanting to come back to that to see what questions you have answered. Good job, Kipsters. Here are some potential ideas of what you added. Feel free, if you'd like to pause this and add any into your notice wonder chart that resonates with you or makes you think, oh yeah, I was wondering that too. So you could say, like, I noticed it's a book by Alan Say. Oh, I've read books by Alan Say before. Grandfather's Journey, Tea with Milk. You might have noticed its cover art and design is similar to other books by A.S., aka Alan Say. In your notice wonder charts, you can abbreviate like that. You might have noticed the cover illustration shows a girl near a picture, just like Jayla noticed. You might be noticing that the picture of the cat has a first prize ribbon, just like Jayla noticed. You might be wondering, is this based on something in Alan Say's life? Is it set in Japan? Is the girl in the picture Emma? Did the girl paint the picture? Why doesn't she look happier? What does a rug have to do with the painting or the girl? Good question. I was wondering that too. You got it. All right, so before we read, I just want to go over 3 vocabulary words with you. The first one is the word inspiration. Can you say that, please? One more time. Inspiration. Inspiration. Yeah. So inspiration, the definition is source of creative ideas, aka where you get creative ideas. Characteristics of inspiration is that it's creative and it's sudden. Examples, maybe looking at a rug, daydreaming, being outdoors. Those can be examples of inspiration. Non-examples are copying someone else's work or imitation. If you're just copying someone else and you're imitating or copying, you're not inspired. Inspiration comes from creativity. So this is called a Freyer model, and you guys have filled those out before. For the sake of time, I just did it for you. I wanted to make sure you understood the word inspiration before we began. And 2 more words I want to make sure you understand. There's 2 names of animals in this book that I just thought were not necessarily essential for comprehension, but very interesting. First of all, my friend Christine Kim actually reads the book to you today. So you can send her some love. Thank you, Christine. But she made a little mistake. This animal right here is called a tapir, and she actually pronounced it tapper, which is incorrect. It's tape, like tape, sticky stuff, tape-er. It's an animal that looks like this, almost like an anteater, and it's native to the forests of tropical America and Malaysia. So I showed you Malaysia on a map. We're all the way over here in North America, and Malaysia's all the way over there. And then there's also a pangolin. And that looks like that. And a pangolin is native to Africa and Asia. So we're here in North America. Africa's right here. Asia's right there. So I just thought you'd be interested in knowing that, because I definitely was. I didn't know what they were before I looked them up. Thank goodness for online dictionaries. Okay. So please listen carefully while my friend Christine Kim reads Emma's Rug. Feel free, if you'd like, because you know how now, to minimize this screen while you're listening and have the story elements graphic organizer up while you're listening. If that's something that's helpful for you to have two at the same time, it looks like that, then that's fine with me. And it looks like this in your Wit and Wisdom classroom. And once again, you get to click to add text. If you could please, Abraham, and anyone else who's forgetting this, please delete the part that says click to add text before you start writing, because that part should be deleted. Okay? Hope you're listening, Abraham. Okay. And then don't forget there's a second page, but you guys, just like always, we are not doing the central message today. Never on the first read. You can think about it, but we're not filling it out, which is why I didn't put a text box. So if you really want, minimize, have two screens, and be filling out while you're listening, maybe pause and add, whatever works for you. I think as a third grader, I would probably prefer to listen first and then do the work after and reread parts, but every learner is different. So you do what works for you. Okay, little honeys? All right. Let's listen to Emma's Rug by Alan Say, read by my friend Christine Kim.
Emma's Rug by Alan.
Sorry.
Emma's Rug by Alan Say. When Emma was born, someone gave her a rug. It was a small rug, shaggy and plain, the kind that keeps your feet warm in the bathroom. So Mother laid it by the crib. For the day, the baby could stand on her feet. And by the time Emma climbed out of the crib by herself, no one remembered who had given her the rug. Emma loved the rug. She lay on it and sat on it, and she was happy. When she began to walk, she carried it everywhere she went, but never stepped on it. Now she only stared at it, sitting perfectly still for long periods of time. "That's not a blanket, it's her television," Father said. "What do you see in that fuzzy thing?" Mother asked. Emma did not answer. Before long, Emma began to draw and paint. Her parents were quite impressed. "Now there is a warthog," Father would say. "Where did you see a pangolin? Is that a tapir?" Mother would ask. One weekend, Father put up a small drawing table in the kitchen, and right away, the kitchen became Emma's favorite place in the house. On her first day at the kindergarten, Emma went straight up to an easel and began to paint. Other children gathered around and watched her wave the long brush like a maestro's baton.
That word is maestros. She made a mistake.
The grown-ups were amazed. "She's special, that one adult said to another.
Like a maestro's
In the
baton.
first grade, Emma won the top prize in the art competition. "What talent!" exclaimed the teacher. "How do you know what to draw?" the children asked. "Where do you get your ideas?" "I just copy," Emma told them. No one believed her. Emma won more prizes. Every time she entered a competition, she received an award. Sometimes it was a ribbon, other times a plaque or a trophy. Her room became filled with awards. Her parents were very proud. But Emma only looked at her rug, which she now kept hidden in the bottom of her chest of drawers. "What should I draw next?" Emma asked every day. Early one morning, the telephone rang. It was the mayor, asking to speak to Emma. Mother thought it was a prank, but then she recognized the voice, which she had heard on television many times. "Congratulations," the mayor announced. "Your daughter has won first prize in our annual citywide art competition. I am sending a limousine at 3:30 today. The reception is at the Museum of Art. Please be ready." At the reception, many famous people stared at Emma. She's so small. What a doll! Big talent in such a little thing. How can she hold a brush in that hand? People cooed as cameras flashed. The mayor presented her the winner's certificate in a big frame. "So how does it feel to be a celebrity?" a newspaper reporter bent down to ask. Emma didn't say a word. The following morning, Mother went into Emma's room. She frowned at the unmade bed. Then she saw the rug, with a framed certificate on top. Goodness sakes, I don't think this thing has ever been cleaned. Wiggling her nose, she took the rug downstairs and put it in the washing machine. When Emma came home, she went to her room and stared in the empty drawer. She dashed into the kitchen and said, "Where's my rug?" "Oh, I washed it. It must be dry by now," Mother told her. "You washed my rug?" Emma charged downstairs. The rug had shriveled. It was ragged. All the fluff was gone. It was very, very clean. Emma cried out. Next day at school, Emma didn't draw or paint. She never opened her mouth, and her hands didn't come out of her pockets. "Do you feel all right?" the teacher asked. Emma only nodded. "You can use my crayons," Alex offered. Emma pushed the box away. Days went by. Emma didn't speak, and soon the children ignored her. After a while, it was as if she weren't there anymore. Emma took all the drawings and paintings from the walls of her room. She put the prize ribbons and plaques and trophies and medals into cardboard boxes. She gathered up her colors and pencils and brushes. Then she took them all down to the garage and stuffed them in the trash bin. The last thing she threw away was her rug. "There," she said, "kid stuff." All afternoon, Emma sat in her empty room. It seemed somehow larger and brighter. "No more pictures," Emma murmured. Then something made her jump. From the corner of her eye, she thought she saw something move behind her. She knew there was only the wall there, all bare now, yet she turned. As if to catch sight of something flying away, she gave a cry. Emma rushed outside. "It can't be," she said, breathing faster. She saw the eyes watching her, and then the faces of creatures all around. She knew them from before. She had thought she would never see again. "I can see you," Emma cried with joy. The trees rustled, as if laughing, and then it was quiet.
The end. Thank you. Oh, we're not reading another one. Sorry, not today. Okay. So everyone send some love to my friend Christine. Thank you for reading that, Christine. Now I want you guys to open up if you haven't already, open up your Emma's Rug story map and please fill out the characters, the setting, the conflict, the event timeline, and the resolution. Don't do the central message. Pause it, do that work, and then come back. All right, welcome back, you guys. So let's talk through. First of all, let's talk through the character. What evidence helped you identify the main character of Emma's Rug? We all know the answer is Emma. What evidence helped you identify that? Let's go with Kimayan. Can you explain? Let's see. He says Emma is the character mentioned in the title. She also appears in many of the illustrations, and she's the main character on the first and last pages of the story, and all the events have to do with Emma. So we know she's the main character. Ding, 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 you got it. All right. So for setting, what clues help you identify the story's setting, aka the time and the place? Let's go with Elisa. Good, Elisa. Elisa said she noticed that the characters are wearing modern clothing and they have things like washing machines and cars. So the story takes place now. Okay. And then what about the place? Let's go with Desiree. Desiree says the mayor said that Emma won a city-wide art competition. So the story takes place in a city. Raise your hand if you got that. Good job. Thank you, Desiree. Now, think about the moment when Emma's mother decided to wash Emma's rug. How does that build on earlier parts of the story? Think. Elia, Amori, Christian, Jordan. Isabella, what do you think? Isabella says the early parts of the story build the idea that the rug is very important to Emma and her art. Raise your hand if you got that. So us readers know that washing in the rug might actually affect Emma's art, which was a super sad moment in the story. What's the main problem in the story? Jayla, Maritza, Kevin, Jordan, thinking. Yes, David. When Emma's mother washes the rug, Emma loses her inspiration. That's the main problem. And then she seems unable to make art. So the illustration on that page, I believe it's page 21, shows how upset Emma is when she discovers that her mother washed the rug, and the text explains that she no longer draws. Yeah, how do the characters try to solve Emma's problem? So here are the attempts to solve the problem. First, next, then. Amori. What happened first? First, the teacher asks what's wrong. Good job. Danica, what happened next? Yes, the classmate offers to let Emma use his crayons. And what happens last, Maximo? Yeah, that was a scary part. Emma decides not to draw anymore and throws away her art supplies and artwork because she says it's kids' stuff. Oh la la. And how does the problem finally get resolved? What's the resolution? Casey. It's that end moment where she notices something from the corner of her eye while standing in her room. In the illustration, it looks as though Emma sees a bird of some sort, but it does not look real. So then Emma goes outside and discovers the faces of creatures all around that she had thought she would never see again. What else did you say, Maritza? Yes, the illustration shows Emma noticing strange images in the leaves all around her. Good job, you guys. If you need to re-watch or even re-listen to the story or re-watch the part where we talked about the story map, feel free. All right, this is just kind of an extra bonus thing for you. This is something, I don't have a digital copy of it. I didn't make one on purpose. But if you are someone who likes to keep track of all the different art and artists and art forms that we're working on, you can make a chart like this on your own and kind of keep track throughout the module. This first one, artist and art form, this is where you would identify the artist and the type of art he or she created, be it dance, poetry, painting, or music, or anything else. The biographical information is where you would write important events that may have shaped the artist's life or work. For character traits, you would refer to personal qualities evident in the artist's life that helped him or her succeed. For inspiration, that's where you would refer to the people, places, and experiences that shaped an artist's work and or helped the artist get new ideas. For style, that's where you would refer to elements that are important to the artist's work. And then significance just means any information about why the artist's work matters today. So I have an example here for you with this book. So the artist and the art form is Emma. She's a fictional character from Emma's Rug by Alan Say, and the art form is painting and drawing. Artist is Emma, form is painting and drawing. Biographical information, she got the blanket as a baby. She spent long periods of time staring at the rug. She began drawing at very young age, and she's inspired. Her rug is inspiration for her art. Character traits. Emma is very focused. She sits still for long periods of time. She's quiet. She does not say much and does not explain her work to others. And she's imaginative. She sees creatures in blank spaces at the end of the book. Her inspiration is her rug. And then later, the wall and the outdoors, and also blank spaces. And when she's quiet is when she gets inspired. I couldn't think of anything for style or for significance. And sometimes that will happen to you when you fill these out. So if you're someone who likes this idea of keeping track and you want to do that, feel free. That's just going to be on your own to keep track. Okay, little honeys. All right. So let's check in on our goals. At the beginning of the lesson, we said, if I focus my attention and show resilience when things get hard, by the end of this lesson, I will be able to identify the story elements of Emma's Rug. How did you do? How'd you do, Casey? How'd you do, Vega? Then give yourselves a pat, pat, pat on the back, back, back for a job well done. And seek. Go, Kaysen. All right, and don't forget to read, baby. Read at least 30 minutes and fill out that daily reading and fluency log. Take an AR quiz if you finish the book so that you can get a word count for it, and maybe you can be shouted out at Friday Family Meeting. How exciting. All right, thanks for joining me today, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.